Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for ReidS!
Hi everybody, my name is Reid, and we'll just kind of get right into it. So, my Zenith project is the vein of creators on YouTube like Scott Falco, Eagle Raptor, who are gamers on YouTube. I kind of made this animated video essay because that's kind of what they do. They make reviews and videos like that. And I decided I would frame the topic of my senior English research paper, which was video games as an art form. And essentially, I planned to write, animate, record, and edit the entire video myself. And I expected the video to be around 10 or 15 minutes long. So some problems I kind of had during visual production arose like when we got into pre-production. I first established a script that articulated kind of what I felt and thought about the project, my ideas and perspectives, and I would continue to develop and add to that project as add to the script as such went on. I then got to work on animating like a main avatar that I would listen to and kind of represent me, like me speaking. And as it went on, it became clear that like drawing a new pose for every line of dialogue is kind of going to be a needless hassle. So I lip synced to a series of poses instead, rather than drawing new ones constantly. And lip sync itself was also kind of a big struggle for me because I was just pulling lips individually, replacing them when I could have just been using a frame picker, which really does it for you. So when I figured that out, that's kind of what happened. And here are just some of the starting things. That's my script on the left. That's sort of the central argument outlining it and some animated scenarios I had. And then on the right is sort of the start of like the animatic, I guess you could call it, of what I kind of want to work with. And here's the actual shots of what I'm going to see in the video. And when it came to video production, after recording and sorting sort of all my audio clips and finishing up my lip sync scenes, I could finally kind of get started on actually editing it. I struggled with Adobe Audition program combined with Premiere, crashed like 4 times, and then I couldn't really keep working on it for some reason. But then after like kind of letting it simmer, I was able to boot back up and keep working. And in an effort to finish, there were a lot of scenes I ended up cutting. I said the video there is 9 minutes long, that's actually calculated to be 17. So the video is about 17 minutes long, so you're obviously not going to watch all of it today. But yeah, here's sort of what my general setup looks like. You have all these clips on the left and then audio on the right. I did have a lot of expectations on the project. I really wanted to animate like a lot of fully animated food scenes, but I did not make more of an effort to try and finish the lip syncing earlier. I also ended up working on the video portion. Kind of left me to sacrifice like some editing details that I kind of wanted to do in there. And I didn't apply the SOV audio, so some of the sounds were like punchy and S's are a little bit sharp. And ultimately, I'm so glad with the part I did, but I did have a lot more video to finish.
He was heading toward middle age at 35, so he's up there as well. But games are more than entertainment. They're also about culture. And play itself is even older than culture. But culture arrives with the arrival of sentient beings. So we can say that human beings for sure are able to play, and perhaps are able to play games. And there's been evidence that some primates have games as well that have some rule sets. But basically, as we didn't need to work so much, we got free time. And with that free time, we began to create culture. Painting, books, movies, well, that was much later. Photography, also much later. And games. In games, we often think of them as child's play. But that's not true at all. In fact, games didn't start out to be something that could be played by children. Games were predominantly to play for adults. Here we see something from 1600 BC, which was a game. Parlor games were very common in the 1800s among adults. And games are also incredibly evocative. Since the beginning of time,
practically anything can be art. Just look at the definition. The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, or works produced by such skill and imagination. So hell, even a picture you did of a horsey when you were 5 years old technically counts as art.
An extension of human creativity within a physical and/or shareable form, to put it as simply as possible. Some art is definitely considered better than others, but at the end of the day, art is art. Art critics like to take a more philosophical approach when it comes to interpreting what is good art, or what should even be considered.
As long as someone's having fun with it, you can't deny that they are valuable. I don't know about you, but I really
really do consider games a multifaceted art form. It's not that it's turned things into sport or creativity. And when we have rigid review scales and rigid ways on determining what is good or bad, it kind of overlooks a lot of what gives these games value.
So you can imagine in games you think about having fun all the time, but they're not.
And there it is, the age-old question, or relatively new question. Are video games art? Or rather, can they be considered a form of art? Even asking that question fills with a sort of general angst. Like, how am I going to argue for this? Who even has research on this sort of thing? Does anyone even care about this? And why would they? It should hopefully be clear by now that I'm not exactly coming into this argument with scholarly levels of insight or decades of experience in gaming journalism. But given this opportunity to talk about something that I love, I will give it my best shot. Alright, so given that most of you watching are probably over the age of 4, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that a majority of you are aware of the everlasting trend of video games. Yeah, all those Call of Duties and Super Marinero Bros and the like that populate television and computer screens worldwide. Those big newfangled digital McWhatsits that all the kids are going crazy over. So yeah, for anyone not living under an old shoe, it should be fairly obvious that video games, especially in the United States, are a big facet of our technological culture. The video game market in the US alone is expected to be valued at about $20.28 billion by 2020.
Is that a lot of money? A billion of anything is like a lot, right?
I don't freaking know. Why does this matter? Well, it shows that we sort of already have a precedent. We already know how big video games really are in our modern-day society. Games and the companies that make and present them have ingrained themselves in our modern times. While not everyone is a, dare I even say it, a gamer, I get the impression that many people are fully aware of their status in the world at large. I mean, it's not always great coverage, but we're here to educate, not berate. So now we ask, how do people in the modern day see games as art? We've all heard the age-old term, art is subjective, and it should be a given that not everyone is going to agree on what is and isn't considered art. But in a medium like video games, one so revolved around the theme of interaction combined with entertainment, there exists a level of comprehension and understanding required to properly connect a game with a given audience. If you ask me, that sounds like a thought process a stereotypical artist is constantly going through, thinking about that connection out to the viewer, to the reader, to the the gamer. And I'm certainly not the only one who holds games in such a high regard. Journalism about video games has become integrated with the world of the press. Conventions and expos take entire weeks celebrating and promoting video games. And yes, I know they are business practices which inherently come with a good deal of money, but even so, through these businesses, we get to see the product of developers and visionaries who are truly passionate about their craft and the people who play them. Well, most of the time. Even in the world of history, games have made their mark. In 2012, the Smithsonian American Art Museum in Washington, D.C. ran an exhibition entitled The Art of Video Games, an expansive exhibit featuring over 80 different games which demonstrate the evolution of games as a medium. It also displayed multiple artist and developer interviews to contribute to the overall narrative of the exhibit. A quick blurb from the exhibit's webpage describes some context of the displays, stating that video games are a prevalent and increasingly expressive medium within modern society. In the 40 years since the introduction of the first home video game, the field has attracted exceptional artistic talent, an amalgam of traditional art forms, painting, writing, sculpture, music, storytelling, cinematography. Video games offer artists a previously unprecedented method of communicating with and engaging audiences. Oh! The kids in DC know how to summarize. Anyways, all this precedence I'm setting is not intended to validate my opinion that video games can be an art form. Rather, I'm just trying to set the stage for the rest of this video by showing that discussion for this topic thrives and exists, and boy does it. With any discussion of what you can call art criteria, there are going to be people who naturally disagree with that statement for one reason or another. The late movie critic Roger Ebert was an infamous figure in the gaming community for a statement he made in 2005, essentially saying that games cannot be comparable to the works of dramatists, poets, filmmakers, novelists, and composers. While Ebert would later amend these comments, citing a lack of experience with games, there are still some opposers in the form of actual game developers. In response to Ebert's initial comments, developer Hideo Kojima, who worked for Konami at the time, added that art is about capturing the heart of someone through whatever the artist radiates. Calling games more of a service than an art form, and comparing them to driving a car. For some reason. Hell, even...
What's your one takeaway? One big thing you learned?
I definitely learned that a lot more people care about the things that I care about in the world than I initially thought. I thought that was really cool. I also learned a lot about, in terms of the project itself, I definitely learned a lot about setting goals and figuring out faster ways to get to each one, sort of, and like kind of establishing